If we consciously realize that every single thing that happens, every single happening, from the biggest to the smallest, is actually legitimately to our benefit. And we don't have to figure out how. We just know this is actually true. And if we consciously realize that everything that happens is to our benefit, we would feel gratitude naturally all the time. We would be saying thank you to everything that happens all the time. Naturally, not manufactured, not trying to see the bright side. No, realizing genuinely there is nothing that happens that can be anything but good for me. And not even good for me in the eat your vegetables, it's good for you, motherly kind of way. Like, good for you. Good, positive, beneficial. Adding to the creation of more joy, to the experience of more joy for yourself, to the experience of good feeling, every good feeling. If we were all consciously realizing that all of the time, we would feel grateful. We would be in gratitude all of the time for everything. My neck hurting, things in my body feeling kind of funky. If I were consciously realizing this is not a problem. See, it's only ego. It's only the mind and the mind-made self that calls things problems and then resists them. But all of these things that it calls problems are not problems. And in fact, they are benefiting us. They would benefit us much more obviously and more quickly. They would all unfold in a much easier fashion if we were in conscious connection, awareness with that fact. Instead, we're resisting it all the time. We're disbelieving it, which doesn't stop it necessarily from being true, but it twists things and it slows them down and it makes it altogether a more jumbled, bumpy ride. If instead I could just feel this is good for me, and I stopped questioning it, I accepted the actual valid truth that everything that is good for me, and I mean to my highest good and my highest joy, then I stop suffering in the experience of everything, in the experience of bodily aches. I stop suffering because I'm no longer calling them a problem. I'm no longer judging them as bad. I'm no longer worried about them. I'm actually appreciating them. I'm taking them as a positive sign. Oh, wonderful. This is good for me. I don't need to know how. In fact, I don't want to know how. I want the unfolding. I want to be surprised and delighted. But I can just accept that nothing ever goes wrong. Nothing is ever working against me. Everything is always working for me. Even something like this. Even the experience of physical pain. Even emotional pain. I mean, it's not suffering when we're not resisting it. Pain is not suffering when we're not resisting it. If we see that pain as a positive thing, it doesn't cause us this same level of discomfort and displeasure. And it's only ego that suffers. It's only ego that judges. It is only ego that resists. Therefore, it is only ego that suffers. Suffering is created by resistance. Judgment is resistance. Only ego judges and resists. That which we are is non-resistant. That which we actually are is totally, perpetually all-allowing. We are not even ego. Ego doesn't exist. Ego does not exist. It's not real. So the suffering that only ego can experience is not real. Suffering does not exist. It can only be experienced, generated by an illusion. So itself, it is illusory. Do you see? And when we stop buying into them, that means we don't have to worry about suffering. We don't have to fix it. It's not a problem. Right? That's all ego stuff. It's not real. You don't have to fix anything to stop suffering. You can just realize that suffering is caused by resistance. Only ego is resistant. That which you are is not ego. That which you are is not suffering. Oh, okay. Oh, I can just let that go. Because it's not me, and it's not mine, and it's not real. I don't have to worry about that. Oh, actually, everything is working out for me. Oh, actually, every single thing that happens, every happening in all of existence is positive, is beneficial, is good for me and for all, because I am all and all is me. And there can't be a good that is for only one of us, because there's no separation between us. Everything is good. Everything is moving towards the highest good all the time. Every single thing. And if I can just consciously realize that, I can be feeling gratitude for every single thing. I can be not freaking out in the face of suffering, recognizing no one actually is suffering here. There is not actually suffering happening. Suffering is not actually a thing that exists. It's all an illusion. It's all a play. That which I really am, that which we truly are, is non-resistant. And in our non-resistance, our acceptance, our knowledge that everything that is good, we are never suffering. So we can just let that shit go. It's all good. Take it easy.